The box office hit The Da Vinci Code was the second highest grossing film to release in 2006, only losing against Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. The Da Vinci Code was a success, not only in terms of box office sales, but in bolstering the careers of Tom Hanks and Audrey Tautou to greater heights, promoting the source material, Dan Brown's novel of the same name, to the public, and giving the masses a public-friendly mystery thriller film. There's one more impactful thing the Da Vinci Code has done, more so than any of the other achievements it met earlier mentioned. It exposed the Opus Dei to the public. The Opus Dei is a controversial institution of the Catholic Church. But for what reasons exactly? Let's uncover the truth of the Opus Dei, and how many things of the Da Vinci Code were fact, and how many were fiction. The prelature of the Holy Cross and Opus Dei, more commonly referred to as Opus Dei, is a Catholic institution that, according to Britannica, seek personal Christian holiness and strive to imbue their work and society with Christian principles. Opus Dei is an international lay Catholic group with networks all across the globe, all united in understanding the baptismal calling of holiness and evangelization. The Opus Dei was founded on October 2nd, 1928, by Spanish priest Father José María Escrivá in Madrid, Spain. Escrivá would name the organization as Opus Dei, Latin for Work of God, as he claims to have witnessed a vision the day he was establishing the group. Escrivá claims that Opus Dei's mission is to help ordinary Christians to understand that their life is a way of holiness and evangelization. And to those who grasp this ideal of holiness, the work offers the spiritual assistance and training they need to put it into practice. Initially, only men were allowed to be part of the organization, becoming laymen of the organization. In 2 years' time, in 1930, Escrivá would then realize the importance of women in Catholicism, thanks to a communication with God, as he claims. It wasn't until 1947 that the organization became official, in the sense that it was granted a decree of praise and approval from Pope Pius XIII, making it an institute of pontifical right, or an organization directly under the governance of the Pope. This was soon followed by a definitive approval in 1950, allowing married people to join the organization and secular clergy to be admitted to the priestly society of the Holy Cross, Association of Catholic Diocesan Priests. Today, the Opus Dei has over 95,000 members worldwide in more than 90 countries, most of which are found in Europe and the United States of America. 2,000 of these 95,000 are said to be priests. Interestingly, 70% of the Opus Dei members live in their own homes, with their own lives, families, and careers, while 30% are fully dedicated to the organization, practicing celibacy and living in Opus Dei centers. Regardless of lifestyle, all members are expected to perform charity and social work, as well as train others to live a Catholic life. While all seems well and good, there has to be a reason why Dan Brown put a spotlight on the dark side of Opus Dei, right? On the surface, Opus Dei is just like many other Catholic institutions. They follow the Catholic doctrine and place importance on certain aspects of it, pray at specific times, and help people in and out of the organization to live a Christian life. Opus Dei places emphasis on the Catholic doctrine's universal call to holiness, which focuses on the ordinary Catholics that are neither monks nor priests, since the majority of the people in the organization are not priests and do not have monks. Because of this, Opus Dei focuses on interjecting Christian values and beliefs in multiple aspects of everyday life, such as in school, in work, or at home. To achieve this, the lay people of Opus Dei hold seminars, workshops, retreats, classes, and even one-on-one coaching. Beyond the surface, however, there are very questionable things the Opus Dei believes in and practices. These are tantamount to critics and journalists going far as calling the Opus Dei one of the most controversial forces in the Catholic Church. One questionable view that the Opus Dei has is its view on women. From the get-go, Escriva's exclusion of women in the foundational years of the organization already feels off, but the inclusion 2 years after balanced this irrational choice. Despite this, women were never treated equally as men, even if 57% of the Opus Dei members are women. Men and women are segregated in classes, retreats, living spaces, and even until the entrance of Opus Dei centers. The separation of gender is a common sight for stricter religions, but what isn't as common is to have females be assistants to men. Escriva claims that the female influence is needed for the Opus Dei centers to function, and while this is true, the way the Opus Dei applied this concept in practice is questionable. Women are expected to serve men, cook for them, clean after them, sew for them, and basically do household chores for them. Take note that only female members of the Opus Dei are expected to do this and fulfill the role of assistants, but never men. This goes hand in hand with the Catholic Church's direct prohibition against abortion and birth control, making the environment not so friendly towards women. Another surprising practice that the Opus Dei still does is the mortification of flesh. Basically, putting oneself in physical pain or discomfort to repent for their sins and do as Christ did and suffer for God. While the official website of the Opus Dei denies any involvement of mortification within their organization, they go about defending the practice of corporal mortifications, stating that the Catholic Church advises people to practice mortification. The mystery of Jesus Christ's passion shows that voluntary sacrifice has a transcendent value and can bring spiritual benefits to others. This potentially means that while the Opus Dei do not directly ask of their supporters to practice mortification of flesh, they may be heavily implying that mortification is good and beneficial, as they even mention that the Catholic greats like popes and saints do it. Or the Opus Dei is straight up lying. Opus Dei is a cesspool of controversies, more so than many other Catholic institutions. The Jesuits are heavily opposed to the Opus Dei's existence, claiming that the Opus Dei is very dangerous, and that there were signs in it of a covert inclination to dominate the world with a form of Christian Masonry. It isn't just the Jesuits that have criticized Opus Dei, though. Many leaders, journalists, other religious figures, and ex-members criticize the organization for its many cult-like practices. For instance, the recruitment process of Opus Dei is highly aggressive, using love bombing or showering potential recruits with admiration to join, despite many psychologists claiming love bombing is a part of a cycle of abuse and is described as psychological manipulation. Another factor why Opus Dei is described as cult-like is because of the immense control Opus Dei directors have over their members. Ex-supporters even mention that leaders would burn books that were part of their forbidden books list. To quote, former numerary Joseph Gonzalez says, "During my stint as a numerary, I witnessed the numeraries, including the directors, intermittently burning books in the garden at the back of the center, usually Protestant Bibles and books on the theory of evolution. As expected, Opus Dei denies repressing their members' freedom and would often do so by quoting Escriva, who once said, 'Respect for its members' freedom is an essential condition for Opus Dei's very existence.'" The factors contributing to Opus Dei's cult-like status doesn't end yet, as their intense secrecy is a point of contention and has raised more questions than answers. Opus Dei does not publish member lists, and members do not reveal that they are part of the organization to the public. In fact, in its 1950 constitution, members are forbidden to reveal their membership unless granted permission by their leaders. Lastly, another heavily criticized part of the Opus Dei is their influence within the Catholic Church as a whole. Because of its unique status, Opus Dei has both too much independence and influence towards the Church. Critics would say that Opus Dei has become a church in a church thanks to its independence. The combination of dated beliefs, questionable practices, and very aggressive control over its members all point to Opus Dei being one massive cult disguised as an institution of the Catholic Church. It's unclear what the true intentions of Opus Dei are. Is it truly to imbue the Christian life in its members? Or is it to form this following of brainwashed members that hurt themselves as a way to repent? Such controversies such as burning books because it's in the organization's forbidden list and having women serve men as part of their duties is only the tip of the iceberg. Regardless, the reach of Opus Dei is increasing by the day, and soon enough, many speculate that it'll soon reach 100,000 members, which can be a good thing if it truly is an institution for the good, or bad if it only seeks to rule over the devout. The Da Vinci Code got a few things wrong, but many things right. Sadly, it seems like the books are more fact than fiction.